good evening, and welcome. I'm Abs of October Red, and this is Saturday Night Live. We're back again. I feel like I'm doing these weekly, but welcome to all of you. It is the Dillon Bellotti live watch along, and I said I was going to be live for the Craig Richards fight. Craig Richards. Are we going to see the new and improved Craig Richards as he takes on the tough, the rugged Boris Crichton, who, like we've heard several times, went into a short notice fight with Lyndon Arthur and went the distance. And he's also fought at super middleweight Callum Simpson, who we've just also seen his stablemate take on Shannon Ryan earlier. So, yep, good evening to Dan the Man. I've got split screens on at the moment because I've got the TNT show on. I've just seen Joshua Buatsi in the audience. Joel Joyce and Joshua Buatsi hugging. I've just seen Anthony Yard arrive. So yeah, we're going to have a medley. I'm watching two fights, but I'm going to be commentating on the Matchroom card at the moment. Craig Richards in the ring. I'm really excited for him. I'm glad to see him back. He's a light heavyweight that I've spoken a lot about over the years. I rate his boxing style. I think he's underrated. He's made the change. I spoke to him the other day, and after 8 years of being with Peter Sims, he said he believes that the change was the best thing for him. Are we going to see something different tonight, or are we going to see him stuck between two styles? Who knows? Time will tell. That first bell is about to go. Good evening, Chris. How you doing? How's the channel going? Guys, if you don't know already, Chris Welsh has got his own channel. Head over, take a look. He's on screen. You can see what he looks like. He's a bit like me. He's out here talking the biz with his face out there for everyone to see. Good evening to you, Chris. I'm watching a TNT show, waiting for Yard Shiraz fights. Yeah, Richards caused Bivol problems. He did. He absolutely did. We saw how marked up his face was after that fight. An underrated fighter is Craig Richards. And everyone was like, oh, you can't commend him. You can't commend him for losing. But look how well that fight has aged. I know they've mentioned it here, but that fight has aged extremely well. No, he's not. He's there, but he hasn't had the fight yet. I'm going to try and keep you updated on absolutely everything anyway. So here we go. Craig Richards, 17, 3-1, and 10 KOs. Tail of the tape for Craig Richards. Did I just call him Chris Richards? Who knows? Wow. After 19 months. 19 months. Yeah, I've seen Buatsi. Buatsi's got his hair out, sat ringside. That's a fight that we'd like to see. I remember I spoke to Johnny Nelson a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying that he doesn't believe that the domestic boys are ready for the likes of Beterbiev and Bivol, and he'd like to see the domestic light heavyweights mix it up. And at the time, I didn't agree with him, with Buatsi and Aziz being number one and number two across some of the rankings. But now when I look at it, I think he had a point, and yeah, I've got to say, I was wrong there. And the young Johnny Nelson was right. Here we go. Both of them bouncing in the corner. Round number one, touch gloves. Craig takes the centre of the ring, throws out the jab first. Boris Crichton leaning back, looking to probably parry the jab of Craig as he tries to take his own shots. Leans in from Crichton to go and take a shot to the chest. Craig manages to evade that, but he walks forward. We have a double jab, single jab from Craig. The overhand right coming in from Crichton. He really does look like he fits into this light heavyweight. When Callum Simpson went in with him the other day, double jab to the solar plexus, but not quite on it, to the chest from Craig Richards to Crichton. Seems to be attacking that chest, not necessarily headhunting, parrying away that jab. Craig looking comfortable, almost like he never left. But hey, we're not even 1 minute down yet. Let's have a look. 1-2 coming out from Craig. Craig said to me that he doesn't want to leave it up to judges. He's sick of being in these close fights. He wants to either get that, no more close fights. It's obvious that he's the winner, or start stopping his opponents. That was one of the things that Craig said to me the other day when we spoke. at the presser down in London. As you see, Craig throws, Crichton counters. I'd like to see a bit of a lean back and maybe a counter to the counter from Craig. Crichton's got very broad shoulders. I don't know how he made it down to super middle. Interesting. Both of them throwing out the jab. Crichton's lands. Both of the guys look comfortable in there. We've got a minute left in round number 1. This is obviously Craig's first fight under Shane. Are we going to see any real differences tonight? You know, I think Shane said he's been training with him for a couple of months. But I think we might see Craig like stuck between styles. A nice jab there landed on the face of Crichton. And as we've got on the TNT, we've got, is it Tommy Fletcher? He looks like he was in with a heavyweight. Tommy Fletcher's a cruiserweight, isn't he? Evening, Sean. How you doing? Good to have you all here. I've got my eyes on. Is that Torero? Was that a heavyweight? I'm looking at 2 screens at the moment, so I recognise Torero because he's boxed 2 debutant heavyweights, and now he's in with Tommy Fletcher. Is Tommy Fletcher? Can somebody just refresh my brain? Is Tommy Fletcher a cruiser or a heavyweight? So has Torero gone down from heavyweight to cruiser? In the chat, if anybody knows what Tommy Fletcher's weight is, as them pairs start off. I'm sure that was, unless the old memory loss is kicking in. A good opening round for Craig, though. Both of them, you know, I'd say that's pretty even at the moment. Both of them just getting the feelers out. Craig settling back into shaking off some of that 19-month-old, sound like I'm giving that age of a child now, 19-month-old ring rust. Don't stand and wait for him. The advice coming in from Boris Crichton's corner. The Glaswegians. You know, I thought Boris was American. You can't get everything right. Here we go. Round number 2 starting. Good evening, boss man. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. 21 months. I said 19 months the other day. I'm not getting box rec up right now. Crichton's looking to take the centre of the ring. We've seen some feints coming in from Craig. The jab touches Craig. Craig answers with the jab back. Then throws out a nice fast jab, which touches Crichton, knocking his head back. We've seen some feinting, some, I don't know, tentativeness from the boys, maybe. Maybe more from Craig, trying to find the angles. Craig always had a good jab anyway. I want to see maybe Craig start to stay busy. Don't wait too much. That's it. He's flicking out that jab. We need that activity. We need him to keep moving. Yeah, Richards is looking all right. He doesn't look like he's been out of the ring for, what are they saying, 19 to 21 months. No problem. Good evening, Hercole. I hope you're all right. Right. Yeah, Craig looking dominant with those jabs, backing up Crichton as he tries to come forward and throw his own. 1-2 overhand. He probably skims the face of Richards. Let's have a look. Crichton going there with the jab to the chest. Both of these guys have got like intense eye contact. And Crichton once again tries to throw that overhand. You can see the shot that he's going to try and get Craig with. But I remember him doing that in the Callum Simpson fight. Obviously, if Craig has watched the tape, which he says he has, he should know that shot is coming because it hasn't landed properly as of yet. Some good feints as well. Combinations 1, 2, 3 coming in from Richards. Jab to the chest, pushing Crichton back. Craig is getting busy. He must have heard me from home. Beautiful jab to the face. Crichton tries to answer. Craig slips it. Well, not a slip. He kind of he leans back. 1, 2 coming in from Crichton with the overhand in that combination. It's blocked by the gloves of Richards. Richards looking comfortable, looking confident. 1, 2, 3. Craig moves out the way, evades it, and moves over to the left. Comes forward with a jab. Jab once again. Jab once again. A variation of jabs, jab to the body, jab to the head, jab back to the body, and the bell goes. Nice work from Richards. Can't see the ring rust yet. I was saying about matching him up, being at the ring for so long, the trajectory that he was on, where he is now, how are they going to match him? Because obviously they can't give him a walkover, but they've got to give him a fight that he should win. But I don't think people realise how tough Crichton is, how durable he is, how he can take a fight at short notice and still go the distance. Like I said, he's been at super middle, he's been at light heavy. And a fight that I wanted to see Craig Richards have was the World Championship. But when Lyndon Arthur had it, I would have loved to have seen Craig Richards fight for that. But hey, what's a masked singer? Watching the Masked Singer? I don't know. I don't tend to watch TV. I only tend to watch boxing or F1. Here we go. We're going into round number 3. Comfortably going through these rounds, I'd say, with both fighters. None of them particularly looking frustrated or out of sorts. Crichton then comes in with the high guard. Looks to probably put a bit of pressure on Craig. High guard and pushing forward with the shots. Craig comfortable on the back foot. Craig throwing out those jabs. Pouring, maybe not stiff, but pouring. Almost like fencing now with it. Crichton lands the jab. Craig throws the double jab, gets inside. Sometimes we see that with fighters. Here we go. He goes again with that overhand. You've got to really watch this with Crichton. That's what he's going to do. 1, 2 coming back from Craig. The jab to the stomach, jab to the chest, coming in from Craig twice. Jab to the body from Craig. 1, 2 coming in from Crichton. Good evening, Paul. How are you doing? Oh, lovely body shot there from Craig. That looked to upset Crichton a bit. He didn't like that. Okay. That left hook to the body. Interesting. Let's have a look and see if he can find that opening once again. Oh, beautiful overhand delivered back by Craig as an answer to the jab from Crichton. Good work by Craig. Crichton countering the shots. As Craig throws out the jab, Crichton literally parry throws his back. Good work. But I think Craig might want to start thinking about attacking the body. Still using the variations, but really getting under those elbows and cracking in those body shots. Right, we've got a minute left in round number 3. Good work from both fighters. Craig confident with that jab. 1, 2 as Crichton tries to come in. Both men are now in the clinch. Separated. Bit of feinting. Jab. Coming into the body. Jab to the head from Craig. Looking relaxed in his shoulders. Both men relaxed. No tenseness in the shoulders. The double jab coming out from Crichton. And Craig continuously moves around to his left. Jab to the stomach there from Craig. Crichton throws his arm back to Richards' chest. Nice hook there from Craig. The way that Craig just rolled under that shot there as well. Some good work. Really good work. Let's have a look at the chat. Did he? I don't know. And that'll be a first for me not knowing that. I'll have to check on BoxRec later. Good evening, Paul. Oh, you guys are talking about the Masked Singer. I don't know. I don't know what's on TV. Right, Cameron Wong is up next against Ishmael Ellis of Bromley, a fighter that I've spent some time in with the gym. I first spoke to him after his defeat to Dalton Smith, and we've kept in contact ever since. Cameron Wong tipped to be the next best thing. Ishmael says that he's going to go in there and man up this young boy. Well, we'll see what happens, won't we? Here we go. Seconds out. What round we in now? Is it round 4? Yeah, round 4 of 10. I like the stance of Crichton. That hand just set there straight to parry and counter. The way his hands are set is quite nice. Lovely, lovely jab, slip, counter from Craig. You know what? I'm not scoring, boss man. I'd say that just off the top of my head, Craig is looking to be dominant in all the rounds so far. But if you guys want to run the scores, because every time I run scorecards, my mouth says something else and then my head says something else. So I'll leave that to you, the professionals in the chat, to run the scorecards. I'm staying out of this one. One, two coming in from Crichton. Crichton moves around to the left. Lovely body shot from Craig. He doesn't like the body shots, Craig. There we go. 1, 2 coming in. Overhand coming in from Craig. I wonder if Craig has really clocked that he doesn't like those body shots. Just set up that double jab, get inside and really start to attack the body and pull back out if you need to reset, because obviously Crichton will counter punch. There's a couple of good strong shots there coming on the inside from Crichton, finishing with a left hook. Some good work here, actually. We've got just over 1 minute left of round number 4. I'm just going to flit in between the screens. We've got Fletcher's. Looks like he's finished. Is it Torero? Nose bloodied. Has he broken his nose? I'm just flitting between the TNT card, guys. Looks like Fletcher's got his W. Wasn't he in Mark Tibbs' gym? But Mark Tibbs was just here, wasn't he? Hold on. Yeah, we've got raised hands from Fletcher. I'm sure Tibbs was here with Hedges. Right, let's have a look. Let's get back on this. 1, 2 coming in from Crichton. Richard steps forward and throws the jab, slips these shots that are coming back from Crichton. Lovely uppercut there, rolling under the shot again from Richards. Crichton's now inside. We've got a bit of trading from both men. You don't want to get inside with this guy because he is tough. Round number 4 finishes. Craig walks back to his corner. I don't think there's ever any problem with Craig's conditioning. He's fit. Are they going to mic up the... Can we hear what the corner's saying? Tommy Fletcher and Chevron Clark, potential another 5x5 fight. Yeah, we'll have to see what's happening with that. March the 8th, I think, we're going to get the announcement on the Joshua card. I'm convinced that's what Eddie said in the video. I think he said March the 8th or March the 9th. We'll get that confirmed. He's also hinted the fact that Craig Richards might be the light heavyweight that he puts forward as well. Obviously, a lot depends on how tonight goes. He does, but some of them are true. Some of them are true. I'll take his word over a couple of other people, Chris, believe it or not. Oh, we've got the boss man coming in with some hot secret tips. Word on the street is that Richards could face Yard in the Matchroom Queensbury card. You know what? And this is where I wish Boxer were involved, because then it's definitely going to be the Boatsi versus Yard. But I reckon what I'm hearing, and from the tones that are coming out from the recent interviews that have been put up, is that they're going to wait until there's world titles available. So I don't know if that means that Beterbiev retires at the top, because I'm backing him to become the undisputed, because I am. I could be wrong, but I'm going to back him. And then we'll see if Beterbiev says, yeah, I've done my job now, and hands out the belt, retires, and all the belts are out there. And then possibly Yard and Buatsi go for a world title shot, more money, etc., etc. So I wouldn't be surprised if that fight doesn't happen exactly yet. But hey, what do I know? But reading in between the lines. Good to see Craig back. Boris the Babe is tough. Yes, absolutely. Dazza, good evening to you. Dazza is one of my originals. Somebody that always makes the time to comment on the videos that I put up, even when he doesn't have to. So I appreciate you a lot, Dazza. And Dazza is a fellow Scotsman, fellow to Crichton, not myself. I think I may have Scottish ancestry somewhere. But yeah. Yep, the IBF, the first one to always go, Chris. Right, here we go. Bit of shoulder barging there from Craig, pushing back Crichton. 1-2. It looks like, right, so this fight has closed down. Doesn't seem as if they're fighting at distance anymore. Let's have a look. Crichton has that rhythm that Richards could try and break. Overhand there that missed from Craig. Body shot that went in from him. Crichton then tries to answer with his own and misses. Craig comes back with the 1-2. Crichton then answers back. Once again, both men inside in the clinch. The ref's telling them to separate. They're going to fight out of the clinch. No, the ref separates it. Does it for them. I like to see fighting in the clinch sometimes, 1-2 coming in from Craig. As the head of Crichton is dipped towards his stomach, he gets back out. Craig flicks the jab out. Crichton answers with his own. Both of these men in really good shape. 1-2 coming in from Crichton. I think we've got 10 seconds left of this round now. Craig answers with a shot to the body. Not quite under the elbow. Crichton doesn't like that one that's right at the side of him. Doesn't like that one much. So good evening. If you've just joined us, I'm Abs of October Red. Sorry, I'm a little bit hoarse. A lot of shouting this week, a lot of talking. And you're here for the Dillon Bellotti watch along. I have got... Hold on a minute. Mark Tibbs is there. So Mark Tibbs was just with John Edges and then flew over to the Copper Box for Tommy Fletcher. What absolute dedication. Luckily, they can't be that far away from each other. I'm not really good on the old Google when it comes to London. Oh, Mr. AP, also one of the long-time subscribers. I haven't given Craig a round yet. What's he playing at? Really? You haven't given him a round yet? Guys, put the scores in. AP, put the scores in. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Ring rust, AP, do you think? I think he's not doing too bad. Gosh, I need some water. My throat is as dry as hell. But welcome to all of you. Apologies. I got distracted by the chat. Crichton jumps in straight away, tries to go with an uppercut there. That misses. Right, okay. Thank you, boss man. I wouldn't know. So, yeah, Tibbs is proper on job tonight, isn't he? Bless him. Lovely guy. Lovely trainer. I'd like to see. It's a shame Ebony Bridges didn't go back to him, Off topic. Crichton hits Craig with a nice, clean shot there that pushes Craig back, but he comes forward and comes back with a jab. Slipping out from Craig when Crichton comes in and then coming forward with the combination. Crichton then comes through the 1-2. Craig answers back with his own combinations. Nice, lovely jab from Craig there. As Crichton comes back with the 1-2. 1. Gets Craig clean in the face. 1-2 coming in from Crichton. AP so naughty. He's so naughty and mischievous, but I just wouldn't have him any other way. I like the way he just winds everybody up and makes people start screaming in the chat. It's so crazy how us boxing fans are so like emotional. We're emotional beings, aren't we? Carry our heart on our sleeve. Is that the right word for it? Emotional beings. Oh, Crichton was a little bit off balance there. Probably would have monopolised on that. Just threw a flurry at him, knocked him down. Nice body shot, but then Crichton came back, knocking Craig's head back with a counter. Both men in the clinch. Let's have a look. Let's keep watching the boys. We are in round number 6 and we've got just under a minute left. Lean back and counter from Craig. Craig says he can't leave it up to points. He can't leave it, not up to points, but he can't be in any more close fights. We don't need a close fights. He's got to have these dominant performances, whether it's a dominant points win or a knockout. Lovely body shot. He got that same body shot again that Crichton doesn't like, but he comes back, he answers with the 1-2. Strong shots coming in from Crichton. Craig throws back and misses. Some overloading a little bit there. Swinging. Both gentlemen reset. Craig goes forward, launching towards the body. Craig throwing out that jab. He's got a lovely jab. You know, he's got a really lovely stiff jab. Okay, end of round 6. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. He's doing okay. He is doing okay. He's just naughty. Haney versus Garcia. I'm backing Haney on that one. Really good build up. All the trash talk, everything that we want. And yeah, I agree with you, Chris, on that one. Scanning Twitter, people have Richards up. I can't see the fight. I've not got Sky Sports. Upside down smiley face. I shall not comment on that, young Paul. Garcia is a puncher's chance, yeah. And good evening to you, James. Oh, you've got it 3-3. Ooh, Dan the man's got it 3-3. Anybody else can comment on those scores, please? Please. I need you to be my eyes. In other words, you lot are better at scoring fights than me. But you know what I might do? I might do a judge's course. I might apply for my seconds license, carry someone's spit bucket, lace up the boots for them and do all that stuff, and then do a judge's course, just so I can score fights with a proper judge's head on rather than a casual fan's head on, which I've got now. Wow. Crichton comes in with the 1-2, catches Craig clean with the 2. Yeah, he's no pushover, this Glaswegian man. Is Craig breathing a bit heavy? Oh, the man's here himself. Mr. Raymond Hales is here. We are all safe. He's come to save the day. And what are you going to offer the chat today, Raymond? We need not worry, you are here. What are you going to show us this evening? Let's have a look. All right, Crichton tucking up, both of them once again. I'm seeing a bit of waiting here, a bit of hesitation. 1-2 coming in from Craig, pushes Crichton back. He catches him with a 1 again, scraps the body shot, finishes a combination with that body shot. We see the arm of Crichton, the right arm of Crichton drop as he's on the back foot now. It's those body shots. Go on, Craig, get him. But I'm not biased. 1-2. Both of them toe to toe. A little bit of phone box work here. We're seeing punchers going at it. Abs, that's my government name. 1-2 coming back in from Crichton. As he moves to the right, he's off balance. Craig gets a nice jab across there, gets it on his chin, leans, that's it, leans to the right, gets the body, he's clocked it now. He knows what's hurting him. Come on, Craig. If he gets a stoppage in this, on his returning bout, this will be fantastic. Short for a name that I can't be bothered to pronounce because no one gets it anyway. Abs will do. 1-2 coming back in from Craig. Overhand. Crichton answers. Go on, Craig. He knocks him down. He knocks down. Oh, absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy. We are counting. Come on, Richards. You've got this. This is the comeback that you needed. Don't get wild. He's getting wild. Craig's getting wild. 1-2. No, I think he's going to get stopped. Yeah. Yeah. Crichton's team threw the towel in. I am so pleased for Craig. He needed this. His debut with Shane McGuigan, out for 19 months, gone in against a tough opponent who is known to be a tough opponent, and he gets that stoppage. I'm so happy. So happy for him. What round was we in? What round was that? Hold on. I'm just taking notes as I do. Richards. You know what? Well deserved. A deserved win for Craig. Congratulations to the original Spider-Man, Craig Richards. Now let's get him back in there. What's he done now? What's AP done now? Let's have a look. Craig looking rusty. I think he wins the fight though. Just in time, that James. Nah, definitely not Abigail. Only AP. You know, if he doesn't turn up, I've got to admit it. If AP doesn't turn up on my lives, I do feel a little bit sad and I feel a little bit abandoned. Even if he's not watching the boxing, even if he's waiting for a Chinese, even if he's throwing out the insults, he's definitely one that I would miss if he's not in the chat. Boss man. Big fan of the McGuigan gym. Yeah, I spoke to I spoke to Shane the other day. I get on quite well with him. I've got a lot of time for Caroline, Chris Billum Smith. We spoke about obviously a Coley, the cruiserweights, everything. And now that he's got Craig, genuinely happy for all of them. Solid gym, good fighters. Oh, bless. Did you see he was back last night, wasn't he? Adam Smith. He was on the GBM commentary team. I think they had Ali Drew. Shout out to Ali Drew. She is my favourite female presenter, interviewer in the boxing industry, and she's always been supportive towards me. I've got so much time for Ali Drew. And Adam Smith was back. Yeah, it was good to see Adam back. I watched it briefly, but yeah, good to see him back. I thought he was going to go to DAZN, if I'm honest, but obviously that didn't happen, or not yet. Yeah, he needed this. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Shane McGuigan lives and breathes boxing. It's fascinating to hear him talk. Yeah, I do find him interesting to speak to be AP, I'm not putting that up on the screen. But Dazza, absolutely great screen. AP, what did you think of did you watch the live with Gareth and I when he was obviously talking about the rescheduling of the Tyson Fury Usyk? You know what? I love all of yous. But AP started off, and the reason why I like it is AP started off as a troll. He didn't start off with like how he is now. He started off as a troll. I didn't meet him on my channel. I met him on the Undefeated podcast channel. When I was in the chat, he was in the chat, and there's Pound for Pound Jack. And it's sort of like it's split over there. You've got like the AJ fans and you've got the Tyson Fury fans. And AP and Pound for Pound Jack would literally troll everyone in the chat because they are like the Tyson Fury fans. So it was good, but then they came over here, So that's why I'm saying I like him here because he's funny, and it didn't always start off like a romantic, fantastic relationship. It was trolling. But don't get jealous because I've got love for all of you. Dubois is losing. Oh, I don't know. I thought that it may hinder him, but what I do believe, and I'm going to try and be professional, is that he works really well with Don Charles. Don Charles is sort of like a father figure for him. Everyone says that I get it. His speeches are rehearsed. His jokes take years to write, or whatever. But we're seeing him come out of his shell. So if that's down to his, him taking off the L plates, we've got to keep it PG. Then I'm happy for him because he's aggressive, he's powerful, and he really, really done all of the Brits proud when he went in there and did what he did to Jarrell Miller. At least the Fury fans are waking up, and this is not me that's saying this, at least the Fury fans are waking up to the fact they're being played. And Raymond, I think we discussed this on the live with Gareth. It doesn't matter what happens now. It's that scenario where it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. It's a tough one. Oh, bless him, Craig. Dubois is calling out Hergovich. He needs to stay away from. But has Hergovich, in your mind, has he improved as a fighter? I don't know. Has he? I'm not convinced. The last couple of fights I've seen of Hergovich, I've seen a lot of rabbit punches, punches at the back of the head. Um, you know, things affect people differently, but I'm not seeing the Hergovich that I once remembered. So I believe that Daniel, if he really sits down and really focuses, yeah, I believe he can cause Hergovich some problems. I know you might think I'm crazy saying that, but we'll see. Oh, Chris, you said more or less saying the same thing. I don't think Hergovich is underrated. I just think maybe he's just lost a bit of that spark he had before. Oh, here we go. Underrated, overrated. I don't think Hergovich is good. See, we've got these balances of opinion, which, like I said, I love the balances of opinion. I don't want everyone to think the same. But this is a place where we can have those discussions and debate about it rather than screaming at each other and doing crazy stuff on the internet. Behind every great man, there is a great woman. Unless it's one of those nights, Dubois is feeling the effect. Do I need to? I don't even want to keep that up on there, but Star Fox always brings the banter as well. I thought Zhang beat Hergovich, same Paul. I thought it as well. But there was a lot of reactions. A lot of reasons for Hergovich being poor that night, and one of them, obviously, he'd suffered the loss of his father, which obviously we know can have effects on people. But I do think Zhang won as well. Hergovich tired Zhang out in their fight, or Zhang tired himself out in the second half of the fight, which is why they gave Hergovich the decision. But I thought Zhang did enough to win that fight. Yeah. Oh, hello, Stephen. Have I seen Stephen before? Stephen Paul Hughes. Good evening. Dubois is being told what to say and do. It's sad. Dubois is young, but he's a quitter and will quit again in the future. He didn't his last fight. If he does it again, Stephen Paul Hughes, I won't argue with it, but he didn't do it in his last fight. So let's see. I'm going to keep the faith, Stephen. I'm going to keep the faith. See, Boss Man saying the same thing as well. Excuse me. I thought Hergovich beat Zhang. The hell's this? I thought you and Gad was pretty good. Gad isn't lying when he says he's well in with the Fury camp. He's respected. So what he says is authentic. And the thing is, that's what I was trying to get across. When you meet fighters, and this is me telling you, obviously, from my point of view as well. Greetings to you, as well, Stephen. Denmark. Interesting. Um, when you get used to fighters, or fighters get used to you, because a lot of them, for obvious reasons, it's a snaky industry. It's people they've been stabbed in the back, betrayed. Everything that goes on in life goes on in boxing, but it's more magnified because obviously it's smaller um, than the great wide world that we live in. So when fighters get to trust you and they like you, and then you get to see things in their camp, you do naturally build up like friendships, or you do get these natural biases. And I'm not saying that they're right. And, you can say from a journalistic point of view, you've got to be objective. I will openly say I can absolutely speak with anyone, but I will also say that, yes, I do have my biases as well. But that doesn't mean it's going to affect the conversation I have with another fighter. And the prime example is, you can say I get on really well with the cruiserweight Richard Riakporhe, but that will never determine the way I speak and the way I approach either Lawrence Okoli, Chris Billam-Smith, Chevron Clark, Jordan Thompson. It doesn't have that effect because I'm still trying to get the conversations out to you guys. But yeah, so that's what I was trying to prove with, Gareth, because he gets so much stick for being obviously Team Fury. So, but yeah, that was a long way of saying we're biased. Anyway, he'll never quit while wifey is ringside. Trust me. Yeah, greetings. I think I've seen that one. AJ stops Hrgovic. Hrgovic is a number one contender for the IBF, and the best he could do was fight Mark Demori. But is that just the matchmaking for that card to just kind of like pad out the card? So we had all of the good fighters on there. Political, do you think? Do you think he did? And, Fury's got fanboys, AJ's got fanboys, all of the fighters have fanboys and fangirls, sorry. It's one of them, isn't it? Why would Hrgovic risk his number one mandatory spot? Joyce lost his mandatory position when Zhang beat him. I'm looking forward to Zhang Parker. Let's not forget about that fight, guys. Gad is a great media mouthpiece for the Furies. Talk nonsense. No wonder they love him. Listen, it's one of them. But I get on quite well with Gad. I like Gad. Raymond saying that Gad went over the top with it. The guy was almost worshipping him. Fury doesn't deserve to flagship the sport. No way. And Demori Hrgovic is not good enough. It's one of them, isn't it? Like I said, I think they were padding out that card, and they just wanted to get everybody on there. So fair enough, we might not have got the matchups that we wanted. But to be fair, I knew that AJ was going to win with Wallin. I knew he was going to stop him. You could see the fear in Wallin's face from the weigh-in. And I was confident that the real banana skin was Wilder Parker, whatever order it was on. I knew that would be a problem because Parker's improved under the tutelage of the body puncher. He's improved so much, and he's a pleasure to watch. He's growing as a fighter. And then we saw Daniel Dubois really, like he said at the end of the fight, I wanted to prove to you, I'm not, I'm here. I'm not a quitter. And it was nice to see. I enjoyed that card very much. Mark Demori, yeah, fair enough, no. But if I'm honest, I can't really say that Hrgovic got my taste buds going that much to say I wanted to watch him fight anyway. I don't know. Obviously, it's going to be a middle name, isn't he? Let's have a look. Did you hear Tyson's manager say he thinks there's an informer in the Fury camp? Well, what do you think? I mean, fair enough. I know everyone's going on about the pixelated footage and it was filmed in 1997 on a Casio calculator. I thought it was Jay Apataya in the video. That video has probably been WhatsApped and sent out 1 million times. And I do know that you lose quality in video if they're continuously forwarded. It looked like a video that might have been filmed at a wider and then shortened as well. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, if somebody was clever enough, all they'd have to do is check the metadata, which you just go into the properties of it and see actually when it was filmed, unless they've covered up or hid it or changed the metadata that's in the video. But all photos, all videos have metadata. It just depends if you've got certain things switched on your phone. But I get it. That's why there shouldn't be filming. Filming should not be allowed in sparring unless you like sign a disclaimer. I've been into camps and I've filmed sparring and then I've sent it to the people, the fighter and the fighter's coach, and then I've deleted it. I don't keep it. If you can't have people that you can trust in your camp, then yeah, I just don't think you should. Phones just shouldn't be allowed. I heard that music's funny like that. You can't even take a phone out in his camp. So, Ishmael Ellis is coming out. It's Cameron Vong versus Ishmael Ellis. I actually think whoever wins from Fury or Usyk will retire so that they could make Hrgovic the IBF champion in recess. Hold on. I can see why Dubois calling him out. See, this is all the intricacies and the reading in between the lines, boss man, that you're probably better at doing than me. I don't know. I'm looking at the TNT screen now and someone's getting counted on the floor. Here we go, Nokia 33. They didn't have cameras either to stop the cap. I like that. Somebody says I've got professional integrity. It's the first time I've heard that. Usyk retires when he becomes undisputed, in my opinion. No more fights left for him after Fury, while Fury still got AJ fight and this nonsense rematch with pub level fighter Ngannou. Gosh, that's cutting, Chris. Cutting. May I just give out a disclaimer that the opinions of my beloved guests, who I love very much, are the opinions of themselves and are not the opinions of me. Oh, when you online slagging off this, you can't get in here. Yeah. I know you must keep your professional integrity. However, we all know that footage of Fury getting cut is extremely suspect. See, I don't think it's suspect. And that's just me being honest. I don't. If I'm an idiot for saying that, then fair enough. I just don't think it is. Evening, Chris. How you doing? Hi, Richard. I'm doing the split screen. So on my eyeballs are literally watching two screens at once. I've got one sound in here, and obviously I've got one muted on the laptop because I don't want it feeding through to the live stream. So that's the answer for Richard there. Good evening. So if you've just joined, I'm Abs of October Red. I've got lots of videos of me speaking to trainers, promoters and fighters on the channel. I've just recently got to 7,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. You're all amazing. So if you're not subscribed already, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button, share, do whatever magical stuff you do online with videos. But yeah, and we are doing the Dillon Bellotti live watch along, and we might have a little. I might do commentary on the yard fight. To be fair, no problem, Rich. Oh, here's American Zach Katz. Afternoon. This is going to be a damn good show. Zach has recently joined, but he's turns up. He's here, and I like that. Got to shout out the supporters from overseas. We've had a gentleman in from Denmark. I know we've got USA in the chat, and we've got the ever faithfuls, the Brits, the great British of this small island that we all live and dwell on. Come on then, let's see what Ishmael Ellis is going to do to Cameron Vong. Cameron is supposed to be, I'll get back to chat in a bit. They've tipped Cameron Vong to be like the next best thing. They love him. They're really pushing him hard. He's explosive, he's powerful, he's got everything that Matchroom wants as a fighter. Ishmael Ellis, known to come in at short notice. Like I said, he's fought Dalton Smith before now, and he's been on the card for another fight as well. They're putting him in with Cameron Vong. A tough fighter, Ishmael. I think he's got a Midland fight coming up where he's going for the belt again, a local fight on a small hall. But we are here tonight with Cameron. And Cameron starts off strong. The wide stance, throwing the jabs back. Let's have a look. Ellis is yet to land. The backhand getting thrown. Ishmael on the back foot. Cameron's throwing the 1-2 strong. Still waiting to see something coming from Ish, who's on the back foot. Let's have a look. Ish looking to feint and hopefully come in, but we're seeing a clinch. Definitely more activity from Cameron. And is this a 10-rounder as well? Interesting. They've really stepped him up if it's 10 rounds. 1-2 coming in from Cameron. Dominant from him so far. Nothing really coming back from Ish at all at the moment. We're getting some movement, but that's about it. So yeah, I don't know what time the Yard fight's on. I know that the Queensbury fights usually run later than the Matchroom fights. Cameron lands a nice left hook to pushing Ishmael back there. Ishmael tries to move forward with the double jab. You two arguing in... Oh, it's an 8-rounder. I think I need to get back to Specsavers. Should I put my goggles on? Because you know what it is? I got these bright lights. No, because the light's deflecting off them. No, doesn't make any difference. Hey, can we have a nice conversation in the chat, please? Let's not talk about harming anybody. Right, Ishmael just trying to throw a backhand back at Cameron. Misses. Cameron confident on the front foot. He's got that little dip, that dip down in his legs that Conor Benn does. 21:50. What time is it now? Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely dominant first round from Cameron. Not really much coming from Ish, if I'm honest. He's moving about a bit, but that's all I can say. Let me have a look. Can we be nice in the chat? I know it's the pain game, but when it comes to like stuff like, I'm going to give you a mother speech now. Oh, it's 25 past. Gosh, 21:50. Oh, it's on next. Epic. Yeah. Let's be nice about mental health, please. See, Chris always keeps it professional. I have taken this conversation almost down to the depths of the gutter, and Chris has dragged me back out. And he does it again. He's able to keep the professionalism in the chat. You should be a moderator, Chris, really. But I'd say a confident round one from Cameron. Yeah, I have got those mommy tendencies. A mother to 5 lovely sons. Right, good evening, October. Enjoyed your interview with... Oh, thank you very much, Howard. Yeah, we do the lives now and again. He just messages me and says, oh, are you free in 5 minutes? Oh, are you free tomorrow? So it's very, very impromptu. So it's never planned. It's never planned. So yeah, we just kind of like say, yeah, let's talk boxing. I want it to be Yard versus Buatsi next because it's the fight that we've wanted for 3-4 years now. And it's never the right time, is it? Depression is real, Star Fox. People really need to take care of their mental health. And did you know that, like, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. But really, honestly, even if you're watching this now, look after your mental health. Mental health is its priority. Yeah, I have 5 sons. I do. 5 little animals. Yeah, five. Yeah. I thought I sort of told you that before. Mm. And the oldest one's nearly 30. Hopefully we get Craig Richards versus Dan Aziz. That's not a bad shout, to be fair. That is not a bad shout. Busy girl me, boss man. Busy girl. No TVs in our house, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I like that fight, to be fair, if I'm honest. Craig Richards, Dan Aziz. Styles mate fights, eh? How do we see that one going? Interesting. Interesting fight. Especially if we've just seen Craig Richards' performance after, like I said, having such a long time out. I reckon there'd be spite in that one as well. I've never seen those two together. I've never seen them speak. Not saying that they don't speak, but I'll be interested to see that fight. I think there'd be a bit of spite in that. And what are we saying about Fraser Clark? Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clark. Yeah, they do look after me. My boys definitely do look after me. Bless them. Very proud of them. I am as well. Protective mom. But yeah, Fraser Clark. Yard. You reckon it's Yard Richards next? Yard Richards. Interesting. Interesting. You think it's too early for Clark? I think that's what Fabio was saying to me, saying it's too soon. I think everybody knows that in the fight that Fraser's the favourite. I get that, but I don't know. You can never say never. Is Teofimo Lopez the biggest boxing mystery? Blows hot and cold all the time. He has tailored performance, then that performance. Styles make fights. I know it sounds really, really cliche, but styles do make fights. Tio is a character within himself. Arguably didn't win that fight, but I don't know. But you are right with one thing. He definitely blows hot and cold. So you're saying that you reckon Wardley gets it done in 6? Oh, Eddie said it in the ring. I was frigging babbling on to you lot, weren't I? Interesting. We'll see. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I think that works as well, don't you, Richard? I think that works. In with Shane McGuigan. He's a character though, isn't he? And that's what we need in boxing. We keep on complaining that boxing's boring and this, that, and the other. And then when people are eccentric, we moan about it. Lopez does my head in. He's annoying. Yeah. We live in that era now where everything's social media. I mean, for God's sake, I'm on a YouTube live. But we live in that, like, Twitter, this, that. But the only one thing I don't like is when these sparring stories get out. And I think Ryan Garcia said something to Devin Haney about it, you're getting dropped and all of this stuff. Did not like that at all. It's like, why are people talking about what's going on in sparring so then it comes out into the public domain? Too many loose lips, and I think that's something that I don't like about this generation. It's just lips are just, it's like diarrhea. Just don't know when to shut up. You think he's overrated? Let's have a look. Teofimo matched up against the Southpaw isn't great. In that last fight, he wasn't cutting the ring off. Yeah, I saw the 5,000 tweets about he's not cutting the ring off. Oh, Raymond switched it up. He said Clark beats Wardley. Zach Katz plays the race card all the time and then be like, what I do. You're talking about Teofimo there, Zach. I remember him going to the Brotherhood boxing gym in Bushwick. It's a good move for Richards linking up with Shane McGuigan and Dan Aziz versus Craig Richards. Yeah. Oh, is that? I know that you wouldn't say that at that. I don't see with AP because sometimes your sarcasm just takes it somewhere else. Any free trials anywhere to watch? Nah, we don't do that here. Sorry. Please don't spam the chat with rubbish. Wardley has found his level. What's that then? What's his level? And that is what I don't know. What weight is Sam Noakes, boss man? Yeah, the Twitter thing's just not. Yeah, the Twitter thing's just not for me. Let's have a look. Yards in the changing room. We can see the Addy Dassler or Adolf Dassler, as he was quite rightly named. You want to start posting some of those trolls, Twitter trolls, IPs online, AP? That'll be fun. Yeah, I think the yard fight's up next. I think I'm going to commentate on that. If that's coming up now, then we're commentating on that one, and I'll put the Matchroom one on the burner. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't think this is much of a competition with Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is somebody that doesn't turn down a fight. He doesn't. He always wants to be in big fights. You can't knock him. You cannot ever knock him for that. His best performance to me to date was his performance against Beterbiev, because there was some parts in there where he really did turn up the pressure on Arthur. My number one in the UK is still Joshua Boatzy, but that's there for the taking if they fight and he wins. Unfortunately, we've had the drop-off of Dan Aziz because Dan Aziz was there. But now it's sort of like Craig Richards back in the mix as well. Obviously, we've had Callum Smith. He's kind of like dropped off a little bit as well. So when you're looking at the five, you can still name the five. But if you're looking at, the top three, they're quite solid. See, and that's Richard. I believe that the Yard is the best light heavyweight in the UK, and I get it. To me, it depends on what you're judging the fights on. When it comes to challenges, going for those world title shots, 100% Yard. But when it comes to that undefeated record, that's why I say Boatzy. But I think it's just what you look at things on. What's your marker? What do you grade things on? And it's almost like the pound for pound. I always say I'll never look at somebody. It's all subjective when it comes to pound for pound. And it's like when they've retired, when they've finished, then you can look at the weight division and decide who was the pound for pound. That's why I never get involved really in that discussion either. Yeah, he does look leaner. I'd say that. I'm just watching him now on the pads with Tunde, and he does look very, very lean. Yard is really well managed and promoted. I agree. Fights, I wouldn't say fights nobodies. And then he gets in the world title fights. How? Frankie and the boys links. I'd like to see him mix it up with our domestic boys. Oh, I can't even hear what Boatzy's on commentary again. Can anyone let me know what Boaz is saying on comms? Because if I turn that volume up, it's going to come up here and I'm going to get a strike on my stream. So Boaz is yapping on comms at the moment. You sat up there with Bunsey. If all active, Smith's my number one in the UK, but at the moment it's Yard for me. Boaz still lacked confidence versus Aziz as much as it was a better performance. Joel Joyce, yeah, I would do. I did try and get him the other day, but he dipped off. He just literally like disappeared. I was like, yeah, you're going to do a bit. And he's like, yeah. And then I turned around. And it's like, where's Joel Joyce? Oh, he's gone. Because he's on the Birmingham show, March the 16th, the Magnificent Seven. He's fighting Cash Ali. So I'll try and get some content that week. Birmingham, I should be going to that. Lean, mean, fighting machine. That's, I take it's at Yard. I was about to say the same thing, Yard. You're looking lean, not bulky anymore. Smith, number one, you got to be having a laugh. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? He said, I'm here. Let's get the fight cracking. Thank you so much, Chris. Joyce still licking his wounds from the Zhang defeats, and there were tough defeats as well. I'll let you two debate. 168, Smith was, brilliant. 175, yeah, he had some good fights. Yeah, he got those stoppages, those knockouts. But he wasn't at 175 that long. I mean, there's some mention that even he wanted to fight Anthony Yard as well, but we'll see. Oh, he's bossed Cameron Vong's bossed Ishmael Ellis's nose. 8-rounder. Oh, here we go. Ishmael Ellis is backed against the ropes. What else is Boaz saying? Bonsi's laughing. There's this other guy with the... Nobody don't say anything about my hair looking like Sideshow Bob anymore. I've scraped it back because of you lot. No, I haven't. I just need my ends cutting. Yeah, Ishmael's face. A lot of blood coming from the nose of Ishmael Ellis says Cameron just seems to be popping off the shots. Ishmael tucks his chin in and goes for it. Yeah, that's a nasty... Ooh. Let's have a look. But well, he's going to say things like that, isn't he? He's saying the best version of him beats everyone else. I like Boazzi though. Nice guy. I like Aziz. That was a tough fight to watch last week. A good fight. But I did watch it back, and I think I'm inclined to agree that Boazzi stepped off the gas a bit because he sort of like beckoned Aziz to come in, like, come on. But Aziz didn't really like go forward. So that kind of like last bit of them two, I don't know, having that friendship battle, the last, 30 seconds might be true. Well, he did come in 2 pounds lighter, didn't he, Raymond? He did come in 2 pounds lighter, so that might have had an effect. Good evening, Philip. How you doing? Top of the morning to you, or it's not top of the morning, but yeah, you know what I mean. Star Fox ain't gone anywhere. He ain't going anywhere, AP. Star Fox is like the mirror to AP. You know, it was like when you had that Triple G and Canelo fight, and it was beautiful because they were throwing shots at the same time. And it's like, it was just beautiful to watch. You know, when you get total polar opposites, beautiful work, but they're just the same. Oh, Raj, good evening. Listen, you've got to engage with the people that put your subscriber numbers up. The only time that I'll sometimes drift off is when I have a guest on and I'm that engrossed in the conversation, I'll forget. I got moaned at by a couple of you lot in the chat about that the other day. It's not intentional. I just get that engrossed in the conversation. I forget that I've got to keep looking at the chats, but I'm learning on the job. So give us a bit of a break. I'm all good. Happy that you lot are here, choosing to spend some of your time with me on a Saturday evening when you could be whining and dining. You know, it's the Valentine's month. You could be out there taking those significant others out for meals, going to the cinema, holding hands in the cold, in the rain, whispering sweet nothings. I mean, do you lot still do that now? Or am I still stuck in the 90s when it was R&B music and chill? Yeah, Cameron is good. He's quick, sharp, um, good fighter. Sam Jones has spoke about him enough. Oh, can we just get the violins out, please? The boss man has said there are no significant others. Notice he says plural, so there could be one then for me right now. So I don't know. Are you single and ready to mingle? Are there any ladies here? Is the boss man even a man? The boss man could be a woman. We don't know. We don't know anything these days. Are you single and looking to mingle? Hit up Bossman, the Bossman, on YouTube. Chris is going to pull me back in line. Chris doesn't like this talk. It's Super Bowl week. Oh, I don't know anything about that, Philip. Don't know anything. Oh, why is everyone single? Why is everyone single? What is going on? Now, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm just me. What I will say as well, I'm definitely ready to mingle, and I'm definitely a man. I won't ask you to prove it. I'll take your word for it, boss man. But you've seen it there. Boss man, please feel free to put your IG handle, your Snapchat handle in the chat. And if any ladies want to scout and have a look and see what the boss man really looks like, listen, I could be going to weddings in 3 years' time that I've set up on YouTube. That'll be nice. Because I like to think positive. I don't like to think people are raving stalkers and do horrible things to people. I know. Sorry, Chris. Chris doesn't like the relationship talk. I'll stop it. It's Valentine's, oh, Chris. I'm going to talk about relationships. Oh, James. Yeah, and I still take the missus out and listen to the 90s R&B, flowers, yes. My heart is warmed by that, James. I'm glad there's some gentlemen out there. Sorry, Raymond. We're going to get back to boxing. I'm waiting for the Anthony Yard fight to start. Oh, they've stopped it. Yeah, they've stopped it. Ref stopped it. Yeah, very little coming back from Ishmael Ellis. They've called it. It's a stoppage. Cameron Vaughn gets the win. Ishmael Ellis looking disappointed. I think he's probably worried because I don't know if he'll be able to have his fight in a couple of weeks now. Congratulations coming in from the corner of Cameron Vaughn. Why'd you say that, AP? You say lovely things about your wife on here. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Right. We've got to be serious now because Anthony Yard is walking out. Let me just pop this. Let me just pop down the DAZN on my phone. And look, Anthony Yard walks out. He's got his swagger. He's got his two pigtails. He's looking confident. He walks. Yeah, he's got that natural swagger. Golden Mike, 19 years married. Congratulations. 4 girls and living in Denmark, but originally from London. Oh, you're the second one that said you're from Denmark now. Congratulations. Chris, stop hating. You know what's going to happen, Chris? You're going to meet the person of the love of your life, and then you're going to settle down and you're going to be all loved up, and then you're not even going to bother with your channel, and everyone's going to be like, where's Chris? And then you'll pop up and say, oh, I got married. Here we go. Oh, we're getting the lion. We're getting oh, thank you. Because thousands don't. Yeah. Ring announcer. We are getting ready. Let's see Anthony Yard. I like his pigtails. Oh, do you know who his opponent? Oh, his name will come. He's going to get flattened, isn't he? He already looks defeated. Now Yard looks big compared to his opponent. We do like to see the three stripes. I think this is the first TNT card that I've commentated on. My missus is the only one I've ever slept with. The rest of the okay, but I'm going to behave now. Chris is going to start shouting in the chat now. Bossman is saying lions in the camp. Yes. I won't say it. The bossman's saying it. It's going to be over in 3 rounds. You reckon he looks defeated? Let's have a look. Taylor the tape, 32, 12 and 3, 34 years old, 6'2", Orthodox. Is that Serbia? Nikolic. You're saying 1 round, Sawyer? 2 rounds? Place your bets. Where's Ifisid? Where's Lotto? Lotto's usually in the chat. I don't know what's happened to him. Still waiting for them lottery numbers. Right, here we go. The lights going down. Yard bounce. He's always in really good shape, though. I will say that about Anthony Yard. He's got good shape. So he's 24 and 3. 32. I didn't even know he was 32. One thing I do like about Anthony Yard is the loyalty to Tunde Ajayi. No matter how many people said he needs to do this, he needs to do that, he stayed with his trainer. And I really like that. I really do like that. So we're saying it's going to be over in 3 rounds, 1 round, 2 rounds. He shouldn't be fighting. But he's staying active. It's a bit, I don't know, James, with me, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? He's staying active, isn't he? No, honestly, Peter, he had a go at us last time because I started to change. The conversation was getting further into the gutter and it upset Chris. And I don't like to upset the guests. So no, I don't think he's talking to anyone. He's not interested. He just does what he does and he's not interested. Honestly, he said this before. He's still got muscles. Here we go. Sorry. Right, round 1 has started. We are here. Nikolic is like trying to come forward with some shots, but his composure's horrific. His shoulders are tight. Looks like he doesn't want to be there. Yard hits him with the jab. Very relaxed, Anthony Yard. Both hands are down. I think that's his style anyway. He's flicking out the jab. His opponent looks extremely stiff. Like he doesn't want to be there. I can't even say he's fainting. He's more flinching than fainting. Oh, dear. Ah! May God have mercy upon this opponent's, upon his opponent's soul. Oh, dear. No, this is... You know what? He's fighting and he's keeping active. And let's be positive. One. Still really... God, where have they dragged this chap from? His form looks horrific. Absolutely horrific. All right, Cameron Vong is going to fight Jordan Flynn. Jordan Flynn's been a couple of fights, life and death, with Kane Baker from Birmingham. So I'm drifting back off onto the Matchroom. Cameron Vong is probably going to go into that fight as the favourite. Jordan Flynn, 258 fighter. Like I said, he's had a couple of fights with Kane Baker. Yeah. Jordan Flynn saying he's not been tested. He's only won 1 national title. Oh, here we go. Bit of needle between him. Yeah, they'll make that fight. Yeah, this is not the best, is it? With this Yard's opponent, but you know what? He's getting paid. The opponent's getting paid. So let's be positive. The matchmaking for Yard. Good evening, Scott. The matchmaking for Yard is terrible. He goes from fighting below British title level to fighting world champions and loses. Food for thought. I think Yeah, I think he wants rounds, and I think he wants to keep active. AP, but he's not learning anything from these fighters. See, I'm even changing the words so it sounds more respectful. He should be fighting European level at minimum. I do agree with that, but then they're going to say this guy's got a. Oh, this is horrific. Right, come on. He's coming back. He's coming back with some shots though. Fair play. The first bell's gone. Maybe that's just his style. Maybe he's just really stiff. Yes, let's talk about this. Hold on. This is what I mean, Abs. What's the point in Yard constantly facing these standard of opposition? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the one thing I will like to say is that he keeps active. Yes, he's choosing opponents or their choice. The teams are choosing opponents. Okay, maybe aren't always the best all the time, but I don't know. Getting the rounds in, like somebody said, and his opponent does look scared. Um, Sawyer. Oh yes, I've seen him in camp with one of my favourite fighters, Israel Madrimov. Kovalev is coming out of retirement. He's on one of the Saudi cards, isn't he? Great. I just love it when the DAZN app cuts out. Yeah, he's on one of the Saudi cards. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. He looks fit. He looks like he's been training hard. So we'll have to see how that goes. Up and down. Not mine, James. You know, I'm not going to upset Chris again. Kovalev Kovalev stopped getting drunk. Oh, yes, okay. And he became a better person, Zach. That's what we're saying. Yes. Yeah, he's on the few. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him back. Looking forward to seeing him back. Who was his coach again? Was it John David Jackson? John David Jackson, the ex fighter. That was his coach, wasn't it? John David Jackson, who used to, I think he might still be in the corner for Clarissa Shields. Big fight for yards. Hopefully, I'm hoping that it is the Boazzi fight. That's what I'm hoping. Yes, he's a changed man. Yes. Jay Lance, good evening. How are you? Well, you'd think so. You'd think so, but who knows? Oh, good evening. Like I said, I keep on forgetting my manners. I don't know how long we've been going, an hour and a half. It is, well, it's not at the moment. I'm on TNT at the moment covering the yard fight, but it is supposed to be the Dillon versus Bellotti belt fight, the championship fight. The British is on the line. Is it the British and the Commonwealth? If my memory serves me correctly. We are doing the watch along for that. And as expected, the opponent's down. He's down. He's took a deep breath. This is Yard's opponent, by the way. What round are we in? Who said round 2? Somebody said 2 rounds. We've got a minute left. He's so yeah. I don't even know what to say. Yard's just picking off shots. He's not afraid to throw back. Not looking what he's doing. Just literally tucking up and throwing shots and hoping for the best. Yard is picking off shots. He's unsteady on his feet. I think he'll knock him down again. Hands have dropped from the opponent as he tries to throw a shot back. Yard is just hitting him at will. Uppercuts, overhands, body shots, dipping, rolling. This is the guy's just a punch bag, dropping his hands to his belt, pulling his shorts down. I'm trying to be excited. Body shots coming in from Yard, uppercuts, plethora of shots. But to be fair, the opponent's coming back with his own. He's got his head down and he's literally just throwing at will. Okay, we're going into round 3, so maybe not 2 rounds then. He's breathing quite heavily in the corner. The opponent of Anthony Yard. The only reason why I'm not saying his name is because I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it properly because it's muted and I'm not very good at reading Serbian surnames. Well, we'd hope so, Zach. We'd hope so. We'd hope that he was going to get the finish. Kovalev is on the few. Yeah, can't wait for the. Do they play the national anthems out there? AP. I can't remember. You do make me laugh. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? This guy will be lucky to see another round. Anthony Yard standing up between rounds, doesn't need the chair. Throw the towel in. This guy's tough. James said 3 rounds. Yard has only had 12 amateur fights. Allow it. Yeah. He's experienced as a pro, though. He's experienced as a pro, Raymond. And he's a good fighter. I just wonder how the fight would go with him and Buatsi. Really do. Couple of nice body shots going in from Yard there to the body. I think the Serbian was trying to say that they were low and he was pushing Yard back. Yard comes in with the uppercut. It's kind of like tapping him with the shots, but holding his head down a bit. I think the ref has marked that and said, stop holding his head down. He splits them up. Yeah, tells Yard to stop holding his head down. Tap, tap, going in from Yard. It almost seems like he's playing with his food. Uppercut coming in. He's down from a body shot again. That weren't low. Bore off. Oh, body shots. Yeah, they've waved it off. Yeah, thank God for that. So anyway, Anthony Yard, as expected, wins because he would. Yeah, brilliant. Kovalev is a warrior. Yeah, fight over. What fight would you put Yard into next? Buatsi or on the Saudi Matchroom Queensbury card versus Smith or Richards? Now, from the perspective of Yard, I think it would be good for him to go over to Saudi and collect some of the Saudi money. And to see him in with Smith or Richards is a good fight. It is a good fight. But domestically, I'd like to see him fight Buatsi. But if he could get out to Saudi on that 5x5, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's have a look. Buatsi outclasses Yard and stops him inside 9. Star Fox, well done to Yard. Job done with less than a quarter of a Tunde tank. Oh, Chris, I'm not going to put that up, Chris, because he's still a fighter. Need VADA on Kovalev. I think that there probably would be strict with the testing out there, wouldn't they? Or would they? Because if Eddie Hearn's got anything to do with it, they've got what about how many different testing things that they use? So yeah. Right, amazing. So Anthony Yard's won that, and now we're going into the main card. This is perfect timing, to be honest, because now I can watch this, what I do believe, between Liam Dillon and Reece Bellotti. They've both fought Yusuf Kamari. I'm sure they both have. I'm sure they have. And it's always wars. So these two together should be a very, very good fight, as in toe-to-toe action. But congratulations to Anthony Yard. On to the next. It'd be good to see him go out there and get the Saudi bag. It'd be good for him to fight Buatsi in the UK. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Oh, Shiraz Williams. Yeah, it is. Shiraz Williams. I'm going to keep my eye on both fights, guys. And if you've just joined us, once again, and if I'm sounding like a scratch record for those of you that have been here for 8 million hours, it's one of them. I've got to always announce what we're doing to the guests. People might have just come across the channel on YouTube. I don't know. They might be just flicking across channels in their bedroom and my big head pops up on their TV screen. Who knows? But I'm Abs of October Red. Like I said, it'd be good for you to join in the chat, join in the fun, like, subscribe, share, do all that magical stuff. And if you feel like it, listen to some of the conversations that I've got on the channel. I speak to fighters and I speak to their teams, which include promoters and coaches. Go onto my Instagram, October Red UK, and you might see a bit of gym reels from when I'm in the gym with the fighters, maybe humorous stuff in my stories. and the occasional shortened conversation clip of my YouTube video put on Instagram. There you go, but welcome. Oh, James, stay in love. Just stay there. Stay in love. Happy Valentine's to you and your Mrs. James. Good night. Until the next time. Williams will have joy early on, but his defence is terrible. Shiraz is powerful. AP. Insane. Why is Liam looking so nervous? Liam's looking a bit nervous in the corner here. What's going on? What's going on? Those nerves before the fight. One of the fighters that admitted to me that they get nervous before the fights is Karis Artinstall, a fighter that I've got a lot of time for, one of the Olympic girls. And she openly said she gets really nervous before fights, but when that bell goes, yeah, she just gets on with the work. Old school fighter, yeah. Well, it's going to be a scrap, isn't it? It will be scrappy. He looks in good shape. I don't know whose gym he's training out of. What gym is he training out of? He wasn't with the Ingles, was he? Wasn't with the Ingle gym. Can't remember. Shiraz powerful jab. Wears Williams down and stops him. You're saying round 9. You reckon he's done? Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was weird, that was, because I asked him why didn't he just go and finish him off? I remember being at that fight in Wales. Oh, what's can anybody tell me what Yard's saying ringside, please? Davide. Good evening, Davide. You good? What's can you let me know what Yard's saying? Has he mentioned Boazzi or? He did say, yeah, he was sat there with it wrapped up in the post-fight press conference. Where is it? Oh, right, he's still got his 2 trainers and the other guy in the camp. Here we go. 2 belts on the line for the Matchroom card. 17-5 for Reese Bellotti. Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion. Stadium fight, you saying, Davide? Why is that not showing on the screen? Sorry, don't know why that didn't come up. I think that will be at the O2 because it's close. It's south and east, isn't it? So that's probably an O2 fight. I'm inclined to agree with AP on that one. Yeah, the British belt. Liam Dillon, 13-0-1. Here we go. Boazzi's ringside. What they're saying, boys? Can you let me know what they're saying? Boazzi's ringside. What are they saying? Because I can't hear it. Because I can't turn the volume up. Because it will come through. If the yard fight was a waste of time, the yard fight was a waste of time, pointless at this stage of his career. What are you saying for Boazzi? Guys, let me know what they're saying in the chat, please. Because I've missed that now. I've got Bellotti. What? Are they calling each other out? What's going on? I'm interested in that fight. Come on, guys. Right, we are going at it. Waiting for the first bell to go for Bellotti and Dillon. Yardies can. Oh, behave. Behave! Stop it! Oh, yeah, I agree. I'll name this account later. Straight away, these pair were going at it, which I thought they would. Let's have a look. Yard said they always plan to fight. It's just about time. Oh, don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear about timing. It's been 4 years. Right, okay, let's get on with this. Dillon and Bellotti. Dillon comes forward, but Bellotti seems to be throwing the better punches, if I'm honest, at this time. Dillon just throwing out the jab. And actually, to be fair, we're getting combinations coming in from Dillon straight away, centre of the ring. Grabbed hold of Bellotti's head, punching him in the face. I knew this was going to be steamy from the start. You can hear the crowd cheering. They've clearly sold tickets for this. Bellotti on the back foot, literally punching and running. I don't think he's going to be able to keep this up for the full 12. But Dillon's just going to keep coming forward. There's going to come a point where they're just going to have to stand and trade. Both of them literally punching 7 shades of the brown stuff out of each other. Intense. As I expected. It's nice to see that these two have literally got straight into it. There's no messing around. There's no let's suss you out for the first 2 rounds. They're getting straight into it. Bellotti's coming in with an aggressive attack now, pushing Dillon back onto the ropes. But Dillon is answering, throwing uppercuts and hooks while he's on the ropes. Bellotti pushes back, works the body. The ref stands close by to see if he needs to separate, but no, they are fighting in the clinch. Bellotti there pulls him away from the ropes as they continue this onslaught of punches towards each other. Calculated, compact, tidy, maybe not, but we are getting a war. Let's go. Dillon literally comes in with a flurry of punches. Bellotti was on the ropes. Bellotti spins off the ropes, gives him his own flurry of punches, but Dillon's not taking it. He's punching back. I knew these boys were going to go at it. This is the type of fight that you get with fighters like these. Both boys, I think we've got 10 seconds left of this round. Yeah, no, we haven't because the round's finished. A good opening round between the boys. Oh, we've got Mr. Warren himself, Hall of Famer Frank Warren, sat at the top TNT table with Mr. Bunce. Good evening, Dodge. How are you doing? Excuse me. You know, I've had to drink today. I don't know if you know what it is. You probably don't. Some of you probably don't. Guinness punch. Anyway, and it's repeating on me because I decided to have Guinness punch and not have any dinner. Anyway, here we are. Dev just tweeted, we need to see Boatsi Yard. Queensbury mark of intent. Dev will get Frank to make it happen. This is the kind of fight. Yeah, you're right. It does age the fighters, but we are entertained though, aren't we? I'll name this account later. Warren is saying that he'll get Boatsi Yard fight over the line and it'll be in London. It's a London fight. I do like Frank. Missed the first round. Yeah. Mate. It's not the best if you haven't eaten any food. Anyway, round 2. These guys are going at it yet again. Dillon pushes forward. Bellotti's comfortable boxing off the back foot, throwing in his own jab, trying to force Dillon backwards, but Dillon just wants to get in there, get stuck in and start throwing those flurry of punches. Bellotti's moving from left to right, not really keeping still, but like I said, is he going to be able to keep this up for the full 12 rounds? I mean, we've got 10 left. 10 left plus 2 minutes. Dillon just keeps on coming forward, relentless. Bellotti slipping some of those shots. Good work. Dillon smiling at him as he comes forward. You know, when you look at Dillon, you just see that he's just one of them hard knocks that just loves to scrap. Literally scrappers. Let's have a look. Bellotti's coming in, trying to get his own attack off on Dillon, but Dillon still walks forward, crunched down. Not even a high guard. He just keeps his gloves close into his chest, almost protecting his chin. Hold on a minute. It looks like, is Bellotti's eye swollen? Above his eye, sorry. It's like he's got a lump on his head. Right, they're going at it again. Literally, the output of Liam Dillon with those continuous punches to the head. It does look like there's swelling on Bellotti. Bellotti's like jabbing and moving backwards, trying to wait for Dillon to walk in. He walked in onto a backhand there. But that pressure that's coming in from Dillon, I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep this up. It's going to get to the point where there will be just trading. Let's see how many rounds they can get to with this style, with Bellotti being comfortable, moving from left to right on the back foot as Dillon just continuously comes forward with the pressure. Beautiful. Came in with a jab and the uppercut, the right uppercut to the face of, to the chin of Bellotti. Yeah, good work this is. We've got Bellotti slipping some shots, coming back with his own body shots as Dillon answers with the flurry of shots and catches Bellotti on the way out with a beautiful left hook. Bellotti comes back with a jab, puts his hand around the neck of Dillon. And there we go, round two finishes. Let's have a look. Do you like Guinness Punch? Yeah, it's nice, but it causes havoc. Cause I'm sitting here now and I'm trying not to, obviously, burp online. So I'm trying to like get the water down. So if it goes on mute, it's because it's repeating on me. Shouldn't have it with an empty stomach. Yeah, it used to be my favourite drink, but I don't drink, so this is the first one I've had in a while, and it's repeating on me. Yeah, it's a proper scrap. Frank's calling out conspiracy. Yeah, he's going to back his fighter, isn't he? But like I said, I don't think there's any conspiracy theories on it. Yeah, there is a lump there, Dodge. Remember, Frank and Ben worked together for the Parker Joel Joyce, so it looks promising. Yeah, you are right. It's just Matchroom and Boxer that we can't really get. Well, to be fair, they had Alicia Baumgardner and Dalton Smith, didn't they? Let's have a look. Here we go. We are in round 3. 15 seconds down in round number 3. Bellotti maybe trying to put his foot forward, but Dillon's not having it. The pressure is on. The double jab coming in from Dillon. Bellotti trying to throw his own jab out. Is he going to start to tire? Let's see. Is he going to have that spring in his step where he can move from left to right quite comfortably? He throws the hook, misses, but lands with the body shot. And that is Bellotti. As Dillon comes back with his onslaught of punches, forcing Bellotti to go backwards. But he comes back in. He wants to have a go himself, and he throws 2 shots to the body and head of Dillon. They both reset. Bellotti now trying to throw out that jab. As Dillon comes forward, as he creeps in and tries to come with those onslaught of punches in the clinch. And we've got Dillon throwing those uppercuts and the hook to Bellotti out of the clinch. But Dillon still comes forward, throwing the shots. Bellotti gets a body shot landed on Dillon. Let's have a look. We've got a flurry of shots coming in here from Dillon. Literally. And then Bellotti. Who's bleeding? Oh no, it's just the redness on his glove. Sorry, I thought Bellotti was bleeding there. My bad. These pair going at it. We're moving on to the main event on the TNT card now. Let's have a look. Bellotti. Hold on. Bellotti trying to take the centre of the ring. I'm convinced I could see blood, but maybe I'm just tripping. Bellotti still on the back foot. He tries to go forward, but Dillon's not having it. He just literally hunches up, comes forward, and starts throwing the shots off. A 1-2's getting in through Bellotti to Dillon. But Dillon's comfortable with being on the inside, throwing those uppercuts and those hooks once he's on the inside. Oh, I'm just looking. We can see Williams and Shiraz in their changing room, and the clappers have just gone for round 3 of Dillon Bellotti as the guys make it back to their respective corners. Yeah, I do like sorrel actually. I make my own sorrel. I do like all of that stuff. I used to put white rum in it, that white rum that you could literally clean your floors with, and probably find ancient hieroglyphics if you was to clean off, I don't know, some floors in Egypt with it, because it's like acid. Yeah, I do. I think Shiraz is powerful, long, gangly, rangy fighter. Oh, look, love is in the air. Love is in the air, Chris. You can't moan. Dan Wheatley has come in and said, "Happy Valentine's Day to everyone for Tuesday." Don't say things like that. I'm not doing tricks like that on air. Right, let's have a look. True, I'm looking at Bellotti moving from side to side, but it works both ways. How long can he keep it up? Where in Brum am I from? Originally Handsworth. Good evening, Tony. Oh my God, here we go. Right, let's have a look. Let me get back into this fight now. I get so distracted by the chat. Easily distracted me. I think in answering that, I think Dillon will keep it up for a bit. That's just his style of fighting. Both of them, like I said, have got an opponent in common. I'm convinced it's Yusuf Kamari, and you see those styles. The fight styles that haven't changed. Here we go. He comes in with a flurry of shots again, but Bellotti is answering and forcing Dillon to stop. Flicking out the jab from Bellotti as Dillon comes in with the 1-2. Bellotti throws an overhand right. It fails. Both men on the inside. Bellotti throws a body shot. They separate. Dillon still controlling the centre of the ring as he walks forward. Bellotti throwing some shots as Dillon comes in. Both men are on the inside fighting. Shots going to the head of Bellotti from Dillon. Just having a quick look over onto TNT. Got Nathan Heaney on comms. I don't know what he's saying. Obviously talking about the impending fight that's up next. I wonder if they'll drag this out. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Funnily enough, I can't see the time on my... Let's have a look. We have got less than a minute left in round 4. And any time Bellotti tries to come in, Dillon's there with his arms are quite short actually, but he's still able to get through to the taller Bellotti. As he comes in with the 1-2 again, Bellotti on the back foot, the 1 gets Bellotti with that nice jab. Bellotti comes inside, throws the body shots, tucks up, gives a 1-2. Dillon answers with a flurry of shots. Overhand right coming in from Bellotti. Several shots coming in from Dillon, even though he's on the ropes. The ref separates. Yeah. God, I wouldn't want to be scoring that. Speak it that way. I don't mind Sorrel. It depends. My Sorrel's nice because I do put the Ray and nephew in there. He's putting the snooze sign up. Sparkbrook, gosh, over that way. Enjoy your holidays, Tony. I like Halloween, Chris. I might not celebrate Valentine's, but leave Halloween out of it. That's my favourite time of the year, being October born and all that. Yeah, Liam. Seems like he's making his way to the ring. Here we go. Yeah, Liam's making his way to the ring now. I'm going to have to keep my eye on both fights. As expected, as was in round 4, we are getting both of the fighters going toe to toe. Dillon seems to be more busy this round, even though Bellotti seems to be more busy this time round, even though Dillon still comes forward with the pressure. It must be hard because it's constant pressure from Dillon. And Bellotti's fought quite comfortably on the back foot, to be fair, throwing in a nice uppercut and a hook as he moves around to the left, now moves around to the right. But Dillon's able to do what you guys says that obviously Teofimo wasn't doing, and that is cut that ring off. Pause. Tail of the tape, Shiraz 18-0, Williams 25-4-1. Shiraz 24, Liam 31. 6'3" versus 5'10", and they both came in at 11 stone, 5 pounds. The main event is due to start on TNT. Ring walks are afoot, but let's see, they're still on comms. We've got Bonsi, the gentleman's name that I can't pronounce, Nathan Heaney. Hold on a minute, let's have a look at these guys. Let's have a look. Bellotti throwing out that jab. Let's have a look. Dillon still coming in with those flurry of shots, uppercuts. Bellotti looks to throw his own shots, but missing the shots even though he's inside, but he got him with a nice right hand there. Uppercut coming in from Bellotti. The ref is keeping an eye on what both of them are doing as they're inside fighting. He's not separating them. He's letting them fight on the inside. Uppercut, beautiful uppercut from Dillon on Bellotti. Bellotti's got Dillon on the ropes, but that doesn't faze him. He's able to get himself off the ropes and come forward with an onslaught of shots. But Bellotti catches him with one as he comes out. Both of the males, both of the fighters now separate. Nice body shots coming in from Bellotti. Uppercuts coming in from Dillon. We're getting the ring announcers now, innit? Oh, that's who he's trained with. Lockett. Are they in the ring yet? When they're in the ring, I'll switch over to that. 1 second. We've got ring walks at the moment for the TNT card. While we still commentate on the Matchroom card, on this phone box fight, on what I expected it to be, the bell goals. Let's have a look at the fighters as they walk back out to their corners. Dillon looks all right, to be fair. Oh, that was a lovely shot landed by Bellotti there. Right, Williams is in the ring. Is that Gary Lockett? Is it Gary Lockett? Gary? Or am I making names up? Gary Lockett. I'm having a look to see who the trainer is. Right, here we go. Right, as soon as the other one's in the ring and start, we'll switch over to the TNT. We're going into round number 6 of 12 on the Matchroom card. Yeah, it's Gary Lockett. Thanks, Dabby Day. Literally, these two just going at it hell for leather again. Bellotti backs up, almost like to reset and catch some air and come straight back in. You know what, to be fair, Bellotti seems to be landing the more impactful shots to the face of Dillon. You know, the shots that count where you can literally see the punches are properly landing. Here we go. Hold on a minute. Shiraz is doing his ring walkout with his belts, confident in the bold colour of red. We do love a bit of red, don't we, guys? Here we go as Liam Dillon goes into throw an uppercut. Bellotti slips it nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4 combinations coming in from both fighters. We've got body shots. We've got uppercuts. We've got everything here. It's literally take your pick. Excuse me. All right, Hamza says his prayers in the corner of the ring. I've got an eye on that because we're going to be switching over to that shortly. This is about to start now. Liam gives his corner a hug. The Vaseline goes onto the face of Shiraz. Deep breaths, final words from the coach. The crowd awaits for the first bell to go. Yeah, ring announcer's obviously doing his bit. All right. Double jab coming out from Dillon. Bellotti still on the move. Comfortable on the move, to be fair. Round 6 hasn't really showed much signs of fading. Oh, hold on a minute. Liam caught him with one then. I thought he got a bit off balance. Bellotti looked a little bit off balance. He grabs Dillon, but still throwing his own shots as he tucks up on the inside. Dillon landed a nice body shot there. Bellotti comes back with an uppercut of his own. 1, 2, 3 coming in from Dillon. Bellotti coming back with his own hooks. He look a bit wobbly. I don't like the look of Bellotti's legs, if I'm honest. Let's have a look. Yeah, Bellotti's legs look a bit unstable there. But let's see. Are we switching now? We're switching. Jordan Gill versus Zalfa Barrett. What a fight that is as well. Why is everyone telling Dan to chill out? Because he's just spreading love in the chat. For all you lot know, he's just winding you lot up. Yeah, look. This is a typical AP comment. Without Uncle Frank, Matchroom would be having fights in a phone box. I think they complement each other, you know, AP. Good evening, Golden Mike. Hamza Skeet. Oh, yeah, that was a bit mad, isn't it? The hitting when he was on the floor. That was Bradley's last fight. He now trains a lovely Francesca Hennessy now, and he's also the second in the corner for Sky Nicholson, who's under Eddie Lamb. Good fighter. Good coach. Right, here we go. I think we're going to be ready for to put the tail of the tape back up again. I'm interested to see this fight, you know. Right, come on. Let's see. We're about to start. Everyone's out of the ring. Stretching. Come on. Get this fight on the road. Come on. Gum shield goes in for Shiraz as the teams walk to the centre. Final reminder of the rules before this battle commences. Liam Williams, as per usual, has no fear. That man has heart. And he will fight until the death if he has to. Good fight for Hamza Shiraz at this stage of his career, if I'm honest. Let's see how interesting this is. But I know that Shiraz has got power, and he really does make the use of his long levers as well. Dan's trolling you lot now. Anyway, here we go. Straight to the centre of the ring. 1-2 coming in from Shiraz as Williams confidently walks to the right, comes back in high guard and looks to take the shot through his own jab. Hamza, lovely guard, throwing in his jab. 1-2 to the head and to the top of the body from Shiraz to Liam. 1-2 coming in from Williams. Williams just wants to get in and attack. Another fighter that does like it on the inside. He keeps his gloves open when he holds one of them. One of them's tucked up to his head, and one of them, like I said, is in that parry position. Not having much success with the parry at the moment because Shiraz is landing the jab, and there we go. He's already down. Is that a slip? Nice. He was down, ain't it? Timing. Here we go. Hamza with the jab. We're getting Williams kind of like on the back foot. Hamza 1-2 3. Throwing in the hook on the 3. 1-2. This ain't going to last long, is it? I told you about Hamza's power. 1-2. The jab head, jab body. He's so long and rangy. To get knocked down in round 1. He throws that double hook there. The second one lands. The jab from Shiraz again. As Shiraz chases him, he almost like he can smell the blood. He's letting the combinations go. Williams is on the back foot. Doesn't want none of it. Literally running. And I've got no commentary in my ears. Hamza comes back in. And Williams is down again. I shouldn't. Why am I laughing? It's not even funny. Count him. He gets back up on his feet. And he gets counted again by the ref. I'm telling you, Hamza Shiraz is powerful. Here we go. 1 coming in from Shiraz. He's going to finish him off. Double jab coming in from Shiraz. You see that double jab coming in? You know that he's going to try and get to him. Once again, goes in, the towel comes in. Towel's in. Fight over. All right, then back to Matchroom. Yep, congratulations. Hamza kisses the floor. He celebrates. He is happy. He's got him out of there in round 1. Where does Liam Williams go from here? I don't know, but we are now back to Matchroom. What round are we in on this? We're on round number 8. Let's have a look. Let's get back to this. Bellotti's looking stronger here. Coming forward, flicking out that jab. Reese is now on the back foot. He's still throwing the shots, but Bellotti's now the one that's on the front foot. Liam is fighting to get Bellotti off. Liam comes forward, tucked up, not throwing out as many combinations as he was. And he's getting caught. He's got caught with a shot there from Bellotti on the chin and another uppercut coming in from Bellotti. Yeah, he's doing the uppercut and then he's going straight to the left with a body shot. The shots have 100% slowed down from Reese. I don't know who said that was Liam. Is Liam going to be able to keep up that? I thought he could, but he's definitely slowed down. Bellotti's still moving from side to side, gets caught with a couple shots. Liam Dillon's digging in, throwing a flurry, but Bellotti comes with his own, one of them being an uppercut yet again. Uppercut, he misses, but he lands with the left to the body. God, they are going to have some banging headaches in the morning. Guys, reset. Oh, right, here we go. Guard up from Dillon. Bellotti flicking out the jab. Low hands from Dillon. 1-2 from Bellotti. Ooh. 1-2 coming in from Bellotti. Both of them literally toe to toe in it. Dillon's back on the ropes. Uppercuts coming in from Bellotti to Dillon. Dillon's trying to spin him off. Bellotti's trying to keep him pinned there. The ref keeps a close eye. Separates. What's going on there? Right, okay. Good work, good work, good work. Well, how are my headphones dead already? I'll behave. What's going on in the chat? Yeah, early night. Yeah, Williams. Yeah, terrible. William Scott says Williams' chin gone, legs shaking, like Khan's against Brooke. Back to the DAZN fight. You must have left before I did. Thanks for dragging that out. It showed Eubank Jr. was trolling Williams when they fought. I didn't think he'd do that to Williams, not that early. Can't argue with that. What's with the hearts? Dazzle always shares his love. Leave our Dazzle alone. Hazel, good evening. How are you? Hazel. Hazel. Here we go. Right, back to the phone box fight. Round number 9 of this title fight. Has anybody been scoring this fight? Ate one slice of pizza. Oh, I could murder a pizza. I haven't had any food. Oh, my DAZN app keeps freezing. So I bet I'm not even live with you guys. Keeps on freezing. It's saying I've got 2 minutes left. Let's have a look at the chat. As I said about Williams, as much defense. That there's nothing wrong with cheerleading. Chris. We've all got to wish Chris a happy Valentine's Day before we go as well. Just to wind him up as he exits the chat. We've got to send Chris some love. Right, here we go. He keeps on throwing. The thing is with Bellotti, back to boxing, is he's throwing this uppercut and this body shot. There again, he's continuously throwing that body shot. It's going to obviously take its toll. You talk about breaking opponents down. It's obviously slowed Dillon down. Even though he's relentless, he still comes forward. He still throws the shots. Yes, he's still dangerous, but over time, you know what I should have done? I should have cut up an apple. Wouldn't it be nice if one of these just knocked out the other one? That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would close the night off lovely. Bellotti comes forward with his shots, both men in the clinch. The ref separates them. Jab coming out from Bellotti. Liam touches him with his own. 1-2 coming in from Bellotti. 1-2 coming in from Bellotti. Body shot. Liam Dillon. They're both in the clinch. Uppercuts. Body shot and hook coming in from Bellotti. Men have separated. I don't know who's winning. Asu, Gaming. I don't know. Has anybody been scoring this fight? Because I'll be interested to hear the judges' scorecards with this. Was that the doctor flashing the light in the eyes of Dillon? He got knocked back there, didn't he? He's just continuously throwing the same shot at Dillon, which is that uppercut and hook. It's like the shot he can get him with, going to the body. Yeah, I don't know who's winning. So if anybody's got the scores for this one, please feel free to put them in the chat, how you've got this fight going. But to be fair, we've been in and out, haven't we? I message Chris all the time and he's talking to someone. He's a liar. I don't know. Is Peter playing? Is young Peter playing? Okay. Liam tries to come in with his overhand right as Bellotti moves back. Once again, that shot, continuously going for that body shot on the right-hand side of Dillon's body. I'm feeling it tonight, Hazel. It's been a long week, but thank you. So if you could hit the like button and all the rest of the magic, I really would appreciate it. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. And I'll be happy to relax tomorrow by doing some yoga and swimming. Double jab coming in from Dillon. Round number 10. Halfway through round number 10. And I can't even really call this, but I have been in and out of the fight. So if anyone, like I said, if you've got any idea on who's winning this fight, please feel free to put it in the chat. We haven't got that long to find out anyway. What, 7 minutes? 7.5 minutes till the fight's over? Because this one's more than likely going to points. So good luck to the judges. Once again, the uppercuts, the body shots, the hook from Bellotti to Dillon. Those flurry of punches have really slowed down, so it's working. It's definitely working because the pace from Dillon has slowed down a lot. Oh, we've got Frank in the ring with Shiraz. I've just got my eye on the TNT feed. I don't know what them pair are talking about. Obviously, what's next for Hamza? I wonder if he's going to push him to world level. And now my DAZN app keeps freezing. Don't you just love technology? No, because it just fails. We're getting some flurry punches coming in from Dillon to Bellotti. Bellotti answering with his own, even though they look slower. He pushes Dillon back to the ropes, but he gets him with a beautiful right hook there. And literally Dillon's just holding on to him. But firing back his own shots, gets off. He's good at, the one thing I will say about Dillon is he's good at getting off the ropes, comfortable fighting on the ropes, but he's still able to move across and not stay stuck on the ropes. Davide, can you see Billy Joe Saunders in the Matchroom versus Queensbury card? Nah, is he training? Is he out yet? Have we had any fight news? And no, I haven't met him yet. Yeah, that was good to watch. That was Lenny. He was over very, very quickly. Oh, bless. Granddad. My twin grandsons fight over everything. Get him down the gym, Dazza. Get him down the boxing gym. Here we go. A DAZN advertising all the different types of fights that they've got on. It's so weird that I remember when DAZN came in, they were exclusive to like Matchroom, and now we've got in Most Valuable Promotions, Misfits. It's all a medley of different things, even different sports now we're getting on the zone. Misfits, hate it or not, it's making a lot of money. Well, it was, but it's gone quiet since His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh has started his Saudi cards. Have you noticed? Misfits has kind of like quietened down. You might not have noticed, but I have. Right, Dillon on the back foot there. To be fair, he's been on the back foot for the majority of the fight, but comfortable, still able to move around, throwing the shots, the hooks, as Dillon has a high guard. The shots are not landing. Dillon's throwing wild shots himself now, and my app keeps on freezing. Flipping DAZN app. Saunders needs to put the pies down, like he told that reporter a couple of years ago. Put the pies down. Yeah, it's hard for fighters, when they're not in training to stay fit, because once you stop boxing training, that weight will come on very quickly because it's a unique type of training. So you might not even be eating necessarily bad, but not training as well as you used to, and the weight just stays on. Bellotti win, is that what you're saying? Possibly. It's just toe-to-toe action here with these pair, and I haven't scored it. It's not a rubbish fight. It's a good fight, but oh, this is jokes. Yeah, look, you've upset Chris again. Boxing stream, not a bloody relationship advice stream. We can do relationship advice if you want. We can do that. We can do all sorts. Golden Mike, October Red, always makes you want to listen with a dulcet tones, calming nature, and most of all, boxing knowledge. I'm still brushing up on the boxing knowledge. I'll take the rest of it, so thank you very much. But the boxing knowledge, still learning. I like boxing, so I'd say I'm still learning. Facts about Saunders, been eating. I don't know. I just think he's just not been training. I don't think he's been. It just looks like he's not been training. It'd be interesting though, because he's trained by Ben Davison, isn't he? And obviously Anthony Joshua's in Ben Davison's camp now, isn't he? And from speaking to one of the guys at 258 on the channel, Joshua will be staying with Ben Davison for the foreseeable. It's not really conducive for him to go back over to the States to train with Derek James. But speaking of Derek James, we know that Derek James has got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia goes in against Devin Haney, which I do see Devin Haney winning that fight. But like I said, the build-up will be good. So yeah, so Billy Joe Saunders, will he stay with, will he be with Ben Davison as his trainer? Yeah, we'll have to see, won't we? And we love you too, Dazza. Round 11, Bellotti, 106, 103. Thank you for that, Hercole, because I haven't been scoring it. Yeah, he was supposed to come back a while ago. We'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with him. That's better. I can see the chat better now. Oh, all right. Maybe not yet then. Maybe not boxing yet. Lack of discipline? Yeah, maybe. Right, we are in the final round. Come on, I've got to pull my socks up now. Come on. Right. Look, this is the watch along for this fight, and I'm there having banter with you lot in the chat. This is like a little bit of a social room, really. But here we go. Last round, just under 2 minutes left. Both of the guys, to be fair, from the beginning they've been going for it, and we're still getting that momentum. Obviously, they're tired. They're not as fresh as there was to start off with, but they're still going for it. Dillon still throwing out his combinations. Bellotti still targeting the body and trying to get those uppercuts. Once again, Dillon is on the ropes, but he manages to push himself forward. Bellotti's trying to push him back on the ropes as he unloads. Both males inside. Dillon manages to get off the ropes. Bellotti then pushes him back once again. He really wants to keep him on the ropes so he can hurt him, but Dillon's out of it. He's out of the ropes, takes the centre of the ring and comes forward. Flurry of shots coming in. Bellotti's coming in with his own shots. They are literally, we've got a minute left and the trainer will be in the corner saying, win the round. You can hear the crowd cheering. The crowd is so loud for this, but this is what they like to see, don't they? These are the fights that you don't mind if there's not a knockout because they are literally beating seven shades of crap out of each other for the full 12. Ooh, wild swing in there from Bellotti, misses. Both men, chins down, heads down, holding on to each other. What a fight. Swinging from Bellotti. Bellotti holding on to Dillon for dear life. The ref separates them. We are almost at that 10-second mark. Bellotti's throwing out the shots. Dillon's throwing his own. Bellotti's holding on and throwing the shots. We've got less than 10 seconds. This is where you can get chinned. What a fight. What a fight. Tough guys. Oh, no, it's not, no. It's not putting my boxing knowledge. Listen, if you was to ask me certain definitive questions about like belts, ranking, continental, intercontinental, interim, if you was to go into the depth of that, I'd struggle. I'm still learning, and the reason why I ask the questions I ask is to learn about the sport because I am very ignorant when it comes to that stuff. Ring generalship, like boxing, watching it here and now. Yes, I understand that. Yes, I can talk about that. But other stuff, I do. I can openly admit that I struggle with it and that I'm still learning. So I want to know who's won this. I can't even. Did somebody say Bellotti's won it? Good people are hard to find. I wouldn't want to be dating in this era. No thanks. Yeah, it's the truth. I can admit that I know in the scheme of things nothing. I'm learning all the time, and I'm happy to sit here and say that because I'm not making myself look like an idiot saying that I know things and I don't. I learn every day off the guests, from you guys in the chat, from stuff that I read. Every day is a school day, so that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and to talk boxing. Oh, look, May the 18th coming up live on DAZN. I might buy it on TNT this time because when I bought the AJ one on DAZN, it cut out the first. I can't remember. I was trying to watch what is it about the first 30 seconds or something? It cut out the AJ fight. Mad. Good fight. Right, I want to see the scores at the doors for this one. Chris, I'm inclined to agree with you. You're making a fair point there. If I was dating, I'd do it properly, meet them face to face. None of this dating app nonsense. Dating apps are dangerous. You think that, ends up being somebody else. I totally agree. Very, very dangerous. Yeah, crazy. We like the old ways. Oh, it went on all platforms. It wasn't just a DAZN one then. Okay. Yeah, don't find good people, they'll come and find you. That's my motto. And if they don't find you, it wasn't meant to be. Definitely different times. Here we go. What are these? 117, 111. 117, 112. Okay. 116, 112. It's going to be Bomber, isn't it? Bellotti. It's going to be Bellotti. Yeah. Bellotti got it. Whatever. I weren't scoring it. So, yeah, I get it. Now you should be able to do what you like. There's a lot of needy people out there, isn't there? Divorce rates. Do you think that's because people are getting married too soon? Howard, I'm 60, an ex-boxer, and followed boxing for years, and I don't know. See, that's what I mean. Every day's a school day, isn't it, Howard? And congratulations to you for boxing when you did. And congratulations for getting to 60. You're starting to hear these ages and they're just getting lower and lower. So congratulations. I'm sure you've got a lot of wisdom with those 60 years of being alive. Listen, these were always these our conversation. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a woman on the stream. We'll always end up drifting, talking about something. So whatever. I don't care. As long as you don't mind, I don't mind. What's he said? What's he said? Dan's trolling. You guys can take him seriously if you want. Don't worry, single men. You will find someone. And I know you're all upset, but he's trolling. You got time to be taking him serious. He's tapping away, laughing his head off because he's not being serious. Life is too short. Right, yeah. Listen, we have been going for 2 hours and what, 2.5 hours? Shy of 2.5 hours. As per usual, you've been the best guests ever. I appreciate your time sitting here on a live for how many hours, flitting in between cards, flitting in between shows. I can't do none of this without you. I appreciate you all. But I'm going to go now because I've got to get up in the morning and do my swimming and my yoga. So it's been a pleasure. I don't know what the plan is for this week, what fights are on or what cards are on, but keep an eye on my social media. I'm probably posting. I need to put some stuff in my community page. I'll let you know what I'm up to, what content you can expect. But head over. I've got Instagram, October Red Media, and Twitter, October Red UK, which I think this is probably streaming on as well. But thank you very much. You've been excellent company. You know what we say at October Red. You know what it is. We stay ready. Until the next time,